Good morning, everyone. We're so glad you joined us this morning.
Yeah,
Good
that's
morning,
right.
Rodney.
How are you doing? How are you doing? We are here. It is the chat session on the This Way Network. How are you doing today, Nina?
I'm doing great. I'm doing just great. I missed you guys so much, and I'm so glad to be back and get to be a part of things again.
Indeed, indeed. It has been an incredible week, everybody. And I have to tell you, it has been very fulfilling. Just to let you know what's going on today, our topic is disability is a thing of the past. And it is an encouraging show today. And I see some comments coming in. I see comments. Hello, hey, how are you doing? Jacqueline, our diehard Carrie's here, all of our wonderful people. Well, let me tell you what's happening here in as my phone rings, who is that? No, we don't need that. Sorry about that, folks. We have an incredible event going on here in Southern California, and it is called the ISA World Parasurfing Championship. Now, this is incredible. And when you think about surfing, first of all, it's taking place in Huntington Beach, California, which is called Surf City, USA. There is so much incredible history when it comes to surfing. That's where it started out on the Big Island and it went all over the world. But when you start talking about surfing, it's an incredible thing because you're thinking about you're out here in the ocean. And people who have all of their faculties in every way physically, they're out there, and it takes everything that you've got to be able to get up on a surfboard. First of all, paddling out takes extreme endurance, extreme strength. That can wear you out, being on a surfboard.
Yeah, you're paddling against the tide, against the waves coming in. Yeah.
Exactly. And so the neat thing about this is what the parasurfing is all about. This is surfing and doing it with a disability. It is some of the most incredible things. You would think that certain disabilities would just practically make it impossible for someone to literally surf. Well, they have championship level. They're actually even fighting to get this into the Olympics, to be able to add parasurfing into the Olympics. And so they've been really at this. Go ahead, Nina. I see you got a question.
I do have a question. So what is parasurfing? I've heard of parasailing, but I've never heard of parasurfing. What is that?
Well, let me tell you something. I have a little bit of information here. And for an example, there was a wonderful lady. Her name was Courtney Robinson. She is with an incredible organization called AMP Surf here in Southern California. And I'm going to play this little clip. And here was a quick little interview with Courtney Robinson from AMP.
Hi, my name is Courtney Robinson, and I'm here in Huntington Beach, California for the ISA World Parasurf Championship. Here with AMP Surf. A little bit about AMP. Dana Cummings is the founder of AMP. It's been in business, I think, approximately 20 years. He really specializes in vets and having them to come out to do a therapy day. There's no better day except being in the water during surf. You can come out here, we will teach you how to put on your wetsuit, get in the water, and have the confidence that you're gonna be needing to actually get up and take that swell. Again, AMP Surf, Huntington Beach, California. Anybody that's available to come out, please come out here and join us. ISA, AMP Surf. Dana Cummings, he would be here right now, but sorry guys, he got stung by a stingray.
Oh my goodness. Stung by a stingray. Hey, I love what she said about the focus being on vets.
That's right.
I could see how wonderful that would be, especially if you've been injured and you're considering yourself disabled. To be able to realize you can get out there and do exciting things again.
Exactly. And the gentleman, his name is Mr. Dana Cummings. Dana Cummings, thank you very much for what you're doing for our veterans. he himself is a vet, and it's almost it's so mind-boggling the type of people who showed up. I got another great little clip for you, and this is just to kind of tell you a little bit, just so you can kind of get a little preview of what ISA Surf is all about. So here you go. There's a little clip.
Oh, it looks beautiful out there.
It's
Can't hear you. There you go.
It's beautiful. Huntington Beach, California is just a mecca. We actually had the kickoff ceremonies. Now, let me tell you something, Nina. If you could have been there, there was probably about 3,000 people on Main Street in downtown Huntington Beach, California. There was a school marching band. But the cool thing is there was a delegation from around the world of para surf athletes that were all there. And we had America. We had Brazil. We had all of these amazing surfers from around the world. They were all there, para surfing athletes. And it was just, it's hard to imagine that it's that many people with disabilities, and this sport is booming. And they said that it's called adaptive sports. And so when I had the opportunity to kind of go around and interview some great people, here's a gentleman. His name is Jean-Michel, and he represents Surf France, and he is here. He was in downtown, and he had his assistant. Actually, she's one of the people who helped kind of do some coordinating. Her name is Evelyn Estaros. So she was kind of translating because he was speaking in beautiful French. So here we go. Jean-Michel.
Jean-Marc, dis-nous un petit peu pourquoi on est là aujourd'hui? What was here?
On est là parce qu'on représente la France sur les championnats du monde de parasurf adapté.
We're here because we're representing our French parasurf adapted.
So it's surfing, and it's called adaptive surfing. So some of the things that they have are certain equipment. It's just the level of things, and you won't believe it, Nina. They are out here in wheelchairs, and some people are, they're paralyzed from the waist down. Their friends will put them on their back, carry them to the water. And the most amazing thing is Courtney gave me a little demonstration. She was kind of talking through I want to share this with you. There was, I had a little video, and which I'll actually share with you guys, but there was something that was really, really neat. There was a gentleman, his name was Chris, or Bailey. I'm sorry, I had to kill his name, Chris or Bailey. He is a para surfer himself, and wonderful guy. And he gave me a little soundbite. So here it is. This is Chris or Bailey. He's out of Southern California, and he was here surfing. And what's your name?
Chris Oberle.
And Chris, how long have you been surfing?
I've been surfing adaptively since my injury in 2007. Yeah.
And what's it mean to you to be a part of this para surf championship?
It means a lot. We've been trying to grow this sport for a really long time, and in 2015 it kind of kicked off with the first Worlds, and a lot of the people that are here again for this one. But it's just been growing every year, and I think this year we have close to 200 competitors in 27 countries, and it's just exciting to see the movement really pick up speed and grow.
That is so exciting. 200 competitors.
That's right.
And this is like the World Championships, right?
It's serious. It is very, very serious. And, you have people here, and I mean, countries are sending their people in to be able to surf. There was even a group from Saudi Arabia here. There was Colombia. There was, wow. I mean, Spain, England. There was they were from all over the world. And I'm standing here and I'm going, how come I didn't hear about this? How did I miss this? You know, being here in Southern California. And, you know, it's really neat to kind of go, I'm not a surfer, but to be able to go watch those competitions, it was really, really amazing. And so I had one other great clip. This was, oh, here we go. This is a voiceover clip from Courtney, and she is with, again, AMP Sports. So she kind of told me a little bit about how this whole thing works. And it's really, really empowering. You can't, this proves to you, if you've got a disability, there's nothing you can't do.
Look how beautiful.
Oh, so, and I'll voice this thing over. Okay. Let me see here.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. Isn't that incredible?
So many people there. I love it.
Yeah. And this guy is blind. He's actually blind, and his guide carries him out. Can you imagine surfing blind?
No. No, I can't.
This is the ISA. That's the trophy. And you see this glass container? This right there. This was so powerful. They actually had all of the participants, the representatives from each country. They would come and they would pour sand in that last beautiful glass box, and that thing is going to be sealed. So whoever wins, they actually showed unity because they told every group to pick up some sand from their beach from around the world. So as they came up, they said, hey, we're representing France. And they dumped their sand from France into the glass container. And so everybody dumped their sand. And so I guess it's going to be sealed. And then whoever wins the championship, you go home with a representation of surfing belongs to all of us from around the world. It was really incredible. And so, and this is actually,
I love that.
Yeah, this is actually surf. This is a little information about them. Dive and Surf, Redondo Beach, this federation, Handy Surf.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I wonder how this got started to begin with. I mean,
well, first of all,
frankly, I think most people would not even think of attempting to do that when you have a disability. So I wonder who the first person was who said, wait a minute, maybe we can figure out a way.
Believe it or not, the gentleman who started the ISA, if you want to do some research, please pull up ISA Surf. You can kind of find out everything. If you just go to and just kind of Google ISA World Parasurfing Championship 2023, that's going to probably pull up everything. And again, you can kind of do a deeper dive into it. But it really was incredible being able to see all of these different people get out there, and they really, really didn't. I mean, it was so interesting to see how people can work through disability and really enjoy an active lifestyle. And again, could you imagine surfing blind? There were people out there that were blind, that were deaf. There was a young lady, beautiful young lady, and she was an amputee. She was missing one leg. She could surf. There was a lady out there that's missing both arms, both legs, and she was still surfing. So
the world, how do you stay on the board? You know, I can't imagine being able to stay on the board with all my toes wrapped around it. But
exactly. But thing is, they have a way, and they showed how Courtney was telling me that you can literally paddle out. You can paddle. Well, they have a coach. They have a spotter, someone that will carry your board, and they will get you out into the water. There was a gentleman who was paralyzed from the waist down. I watched him. He literally crawled into the water, got floating, started going out. They guided him out, and eventually they hold the board. They will make you on your own climb onto the board. He is paralyzed from the waist down. They would not help and put him on the board. He had to pull himself up on the board. So now he's laying on the board, and he starts what they call picking apples, which is he's paddling out, and he's laying on his stomach. And what they do, the spotters will get them out there, and they will get them the perfect wave, and they'll push them into the wave. And the athlete, the para-athlete, gets to ride the wave in. So really all the hard work is really paddling out, but they have spotters who will spot the perfect wave, and they'll say, that looks like a wave, and they'll push them into the wave, and they get to surf in. So incredible. And again, a big shout out to Surf France, who's here in town. And like I said, they had a great group of people. There were like 29, there were 18 surfers. I met some of the wonderful people that are in this group, and we had the pleasure of going to the French consulate's house this past Sunday in Beverly Hills, California. And great food, great networking. There were people there that were actually representing the 2024 Olympics in Paris. And they're all jazzed up because they're saying this is going to be an amazing opportunity for Paris. And I actually met the head of security for 2028 for Los Angeles. So the head of security is already working on the 2028 Olympics that's coming into Los Angeles. So it's going to be wild. And and so the neat thing about this is, and I want to say a big thank you out to Dive and Surf out of Redondo Beach, California. I don't know. Have you ever heard of the name Body Glove? It's like the wetsuits.
Yes.
Okay. Well, here's a little story. I didn't even know this. There's a little history. Where is my folder at? I had a folder around here. Where'd my folder go? Here's my folder. Now, the crazy thing about this is when I got involved with this opportunity, and I'll show you. You see the date on this? This goes back. And this this is an account claim form. I was working for a radio station, and my account was Body Glove. And so this goes all the way back to 2008. So when I had this opportunity to do a little marketing in this Parasurfing Championship, my company, Ripped Marketing Group, yay! I was able to get in there, and I said, "Oh my goodness!" I said I had a contact that was involved with surfing. So I end up calling my old contact. I grabbed my old file. Thank goodness for paper. I hate having oodles and oodles of boxes of paper, but certain contacts you don't need to throw away. 2008 people. I kept my contact. I ended up calling, and the person that I used to deal with is the reason why they're not there, this thing blew up. There used to be a little surf shop in Redondo Beach, California, where this guy started putting together wetsuits. He came up with the idea of saying, you need to be warm out there. And he started making these neoprene type of wetsuits. Well, guess what? This little one shop out of all surf shops in the world became Body Glove. And it blew up. And now it's a multi-billion-dollar wetsuit and active sportswear company. And it started right here with this guy. And a big thank you goes out to Mr. Chris Kelly, because we're going to hook up in the next couple of days. The surf competition is going on the 5th through the 11th. It's in Redondo Beach, California. Make sure you go out if you're not doing anything and you want to see some really incredible surfing. It is the ISA World Parasurfing Championships again. And then we had the opening ceremony yesterday. The mayor was there, head of travel and tourism was there, and also the founder of ISA was there and was talking about the organization. And he actually, I'm sorry, my bad, he wasn't there because I think he got injured. he got surfing is not for the faint of heart. I think he might have had some kind of stingray. He got stung by a stingray, and he was not able to be there at the opening ceremonies, but he did a voiceover and he thanked everyone. He told everyone. And, you know, this parasurfing started quite a while ago. And I've had, and Robin Spielman said she's been stung by a stingray. Oh my goodness. Well, glad you're okay. And we have a lot of comments today. And, and some of our diehards, Carrie says, I love the ocean and the beach. Of course, the ocean is my favorite place on earth. That's what Robin said. And the neat thing about this is when you saw the parasurfers, they were from different countries. They didn't know each other, but they loved each other. It was like, hey, bro, how you doing? And they were giving each other fist bumps, and they were in their wheelchairs. And I mean, they didn't know each other they never knew each other, but it was just the fact that they were in the water together. They were all brothers and sisters. And I was like, wow. Yeah. It was incredible.
Love that camaraderie. You know,
So,
that, you have something in common with each other, that you all love the ocean, you love that sport, you love the opportunity to get to do it again, or maybe even for the first time. Some of them probably had never done surfing before their injuries, you know, or before the whatever put them in the wheelchair. So that's just an amazing thing.
And there were several athletes out there who were avid surfers, and believe it or not, were injured. They were, I mean, really seriously injured by these waves. And I'm telling you, the ocean, God's power is very, very, there's nothing like it. You have to respect it because, you know, when you go into the ocean, you're going up against some big waves sometimes, and you have to be very, very careful. It's like any sport, you have to really take care of yourself. And so, again, AMP Surf is a great organization. There were several other great organizations there, I have to tell you, but ampsurf.org, you got to go pull them up, ampsurf.org, pull them up. I was hoping to get Mr. Dana Cummings on with us this morning, but again, I know that they're in the throes of competition. And so, but we will probably have them on because I definitely want to talk with him about what he's doing with the veterans and how his organization got started. So, and again, I'm really excited about, I'm really excited about, you know, the French surf team that's here in town. So they're called Surf, and just amazing people. I'm going to keep you guys apprised at what's going to happen, because at some point, again, the ISA World Parasurf Championship is going on again from the 5th through the 11th. It's right there in Huntington Beach, California, right there by the pier. You can't miss it. They have a huge little display and everything out there, and all the surfers. And I'm probably going to go back down. I'm going to do some more interviews with some of the para sports athletes and some of the trainers. And again, the gentleman, his name is Jean-Michel. He is one of the best, and he's had 2 major wins and championships there in France. I mean, world titles he's won, and he's teaching a lot of. And the funny thing is, the people who are these coaches, they're not just coaching people with disabilities. They are teaching world champions. So the same thing that applies for a world champion can be applied to a person with a disability. You just have to modify it, of course. But
but you know, I imagine it's the knowing you have to take what you already know and then modify it to fit the situation. That's what keeps things challenging.
That's right.
You know, I imagine that's why they love doing this so much, is that it just keeps things challenging. And, you know, if you're not growing in
Yeah.
your knowledge or in your skills or
Mhm.
in your personal development,
Yep.
then you're practically dying.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
That's true.
yeah.
So
So it's wonderful.
so disabilities are a thing of the past. And and this is just to let all of our viewers out there who are watching, it may be a struggle, but you have to kind of find a way to find that love, to find that passion. And it's incredible what para-adaptive sports that they have out there. And there's a great organization here in LA called Angel City Sports. Make sure you check them out. Angel City Sports, they do Olympic style competitions. And I was just with the founder and creator there at the French Consulate's home from Angel City Sports. Amazing what they do. The athletes, all of the different divisions from track and field to it's just incredible. You wouldn't believe that they have Olympic style competitors, race car drivers. He was even telling me that he has a gentleman that's missing a leg and he's a race car driver. So just incredible.
Wonder if Aaron Schwartzbart knows him.
Oh, I'm sure Aaron knows a lot of great people, but I have to tell you, everybody make sure you look out, do a little research, and make sure that, and also you can look for highlights from the ISA World Parasurfing Champion. You can go to Action Sports Productions. That's another guy. He was there doing a lot of filming. And so Action Sports Productions, they're actually carrying it on their website. So make sure you tune in there. So if you're not able to get to Huntington Beach, you can tune in and be able to see it.
That's awesome. Rodney, thank you so much for bringing all of that to us. And thank you especially for those clips. That was really great.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. I had a good time. And so, like I said, I got involved.
Did you get in the water? Did you at least get in the water?
Let me tell you something. This thing is so big. I did not have time to play. I would have loved to have gotten the water, but I was busy because there were so many wonderful people that I really wanted to interview.
Yeah.
And I have to be honest, this was my first, parasurfing championship that I attended. And also a dear friend, before we go, a dear friend with Surf Soup TV, Donna K. Lau. Donna K. Lau, she's also she's a contributor to all of these different sports, surf magazines, and actually the whole behind the scenes to the whole surfing world. So a big shout out. Make sure you go check out her website, Surf Soup TV, Surf Soup TV. And that's Donna K. Lau. She's fantastic. Donna also has a whole series of children's books. And so she's trying to get the kids out there and get them involved with surf and that's right, Surf Soup TV. Make sure you check it out. Donna K. Lau, she's a fantastic person. But I'm telling you, Nina, we did it again. 30 minutes has blown by.
It has. We actually still have just about a minute and a half. So Rodney, I want to take a minute to thank you for manning the helm while I was gone by yourself and giving me the opportunity to make a trip to North Carolina. It was really, really great. I was there for the Juice Plus conference. If you've never been to Charlotte, North Carolina, do go visit. It's a beautiful, beautiful city. And then I had a week in Sanford, North Carolina with my sister and my brother-in-law. That was great too. But I did mention to you, I've got just a little less than a minute. I think I mentioned to you before, Rodney, that I met someone in Charlotte. Yeah, I wanted to tell you that's kind of a funny story. I was in the hotel on the 7th floor. I get on the elevator and there's only one person on the elevator.
Who's that?
I look at him and I think, that's Scott Baio. Y'all remember who Scott Baio is? Charles in Charge and Chachi from Happy Days, etc.
Yeah.
And now I was thinking, it's one thing when they're working and, that's different to approach them then. But he's on the elevator, he's by himself. And I'm kind of thinking, he deserves his privacy, right? So, but at the same time, I'm also thinking, but what if he would be disappointed if I didn't recognize him, right?
Well,
so I noticed he had already pressed 1 on the elevator. So I pressed 2 because that's where I was going. And as I pressed the 2 button, I just kind of, side glanced at him and I said, "You look like someone." And he said, "Oh, I get that a lot." I said, "Do you now?" And he said, "Yeah, they're always saying I look like someone." I said, "Well, who did they say you look like?" And he said, "Tony Danza."
That's funny.
And yeah, I just busted out laughing. I said, "No." And he said, "No." And I said, "No, Scott Baio." And he said, "Oh." And about that moment, the elevator doors open and I step out and he steps out with me on the second floor. And as we're stepping out, he looks at me and he says, "Well, I am that guy." And I said, "Yes, you are." And I put out my hand, I introduced myself and I said, "Well, it's nice to meet you." And about that moment, he looks around and he says, "Wait a minute, this isn't the, I got off on the wrong floor."
That's funny.
I said, "I'm sorry, I distracted you." And he said, "Yeah, no, it's my bad." And so, we shook hands again and then he got back on the elevator and went down to first. So it was kind of funny though.
Great. Hey, there you go. It's good. I'm sure he enjoyed meeting you just as much as you enjoyed meeting him. And as an actor, people are people. It's no big deal. And I'm sure he was just having fun with it, see if you really
he was.
him. So
yeah, he was.
But that's awesome.
And I really appreciated his great sense of humor there. That was great.
That's wonderful.
So anyway, but yeah, thanks for manning the helm while I was gone and going it alone. You did a great job, by the way.
No problem.
But I'm so glad to be back, and I'm looking forward to being back with all of you again next week. Oh, Carrie says my magnetism. Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, everyone, it's been a wonderful show. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, make sure you check out the ISA World Parasurfing Championship, Huntington Beach, California. I think that's going to wrap it up for us again.
Amen. And thank you everyone for joining us this morning. Y'all have a great week. And remember, be of good courage because God is with us and we are not alone. Bye, everybody.
Take care, everybody. God bless.